Welcome back to another Temptations vlog. And guess what? Day 5, the girl lost her voice again. I don't think I can really film these vlogs with a voice. I just don't think it's not a thing that you can do.
Not really.
Yeah, so you are coming to Temptations, you know? Don't woo as much as I do, you know? I just really like to hype people up. Okay, so today we are talking about the theme nights here at Temptation Resort. We are deep diving into them, at least into the 5 that we're here for, because we're not here for 7 days straight. I don't think I'd make it.
We would be dead.
I would need a voice box. We are going to start with
circus night.
Circus night.
Are you ready to get ready for circus night?
I'm ready to get
wrecked. She's gonna be Pennywise, and it's going to be fire. So guys, it's our first night here, and it is circus night. And you know what? Brittany's outfit takes the cake. I don't know if you see her creeping, but check this outfit out.
Oh
my god.
You can float too.
This is the fit. It's not as circusy as Brittany's, obviously, but you know, I didn't.
Anyway, so if you're not creepy and you want to have a good time, make sure at Temptations that you dress up.
Yes, like all the fun is dressing up, but you don't have to, but come on.
Come to like dress up, because like I have never had so much fun like dressing up to like how I want. I can't do this every day.
No!
At this resort,
how many
you
times
do
do we do this?
Every day.
Every day. It's not Halloween every day in the real world, but here it is. And that's fantastic. So, my expectations for circus night, we looked at the decorations that they had, and they looked fire. Like, they went all out for it.
Way better than last year. Like last year
Yes.
when we came, like they were like, okay, like this is cool or whatever, but I'm like, this is like,
Yeah.
they have like strings, they have like circus themed everything.
It was just like so much where they have a whole board that says circus like hanging up.
Yeah, I'm
and I mean,
super
with this
excited.
outfit that Brittany has, like, you know, she's gonna blow away the entire show.
Watch
tonight,
out.
Everything. If
Watch
she
out,
goes
people, I'm
for it.
here to dance, party, and show off.
Yeah, baby, let's do it!
So yeah, Brittany dressed up as Pennywise, which is like one of the coolest outfits that she had for this entire thing, and it was incredible. And honestly, I'd say probably like 50% of the people dressed up for that night. Wasn't like an insane amount, like.
It was probably like, out of all the nights, I think it was probably like the least anybody had dressed up, probably.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people didn't know what to do.
I think I also confused people's dressing up. There's animals in the circus, and so there were people dressed up as like cheetah or whatever, and I didn't like equivalate that to like the circus until like literally after the night. I was like, oh well, they probably dressed up like that because, you know, there are animals in the circus.
But you know, you could be a ringleader, you could be a circus animal, because
be a
all of it's
clown.
there. A clown.
You know, you could be the guy selling popcorn, like, get your popcorn.
Damn, why didn't I do that one? All I wore was a cute outfit when I could have been like the selling popcorn.
Yeah.
I messed up. I feel like the themes change, you know, every night, obviously, but not so much like, say, the food or like things to do besides really like drink and dance. Except for on Saturday night, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe they went all out with the decor one with this one because it's one of their newer theme nights for this year, because they haven't had circus night before.
That's true, and I feel like it went over well. I think it was one of my favorite nights.
Yeah. This year, when we got there at 10:05, like the place was completely crowded and like everybody was ready for this show, so you could tell everybody was super excited for it.
Yeah.
On to the next one, which was Burning Lands, which is kind of like a create your own costume, or black and white, or people also said like angels and devils.
Or like Mad Max themed, steampunk, you
like
know.
More gothy, but more like a create your own, like whatever. There's not like a set really thing that where you have like specific costumes to follow. I also really liked the show for this one because it was like obviously like a lot of fire. And I like just watching fire. I was so mesmerized, and those dancers, those male dancers were really getting it on that one.
Oh yeah, the ones that were like holding each other up.
Yeah, they were like, but that was a really cool show. I'd say like once again maybe a little more than 50% of people dressed up, because it was pretty easy to kind of just wear like a black gothy outfit if you had it.
Well, that was the hard part about that night, so it's hard to like gauge the actual demographic, because if people just wore like a black dress,
it could be considered dressing up.
Some people definitely get more into it than others with the leather and other things.
Yeah, for sure. Was this the night that the DJ listened to me when I was like, please play Pitbull?
Yeah.
The DJ on that night was pretty lit, because I was like, play Pitbull. And then we get up on stage and then he plays Fireball. And then we turn and look at the DJ and the DJ looks back and is like, Ayo! Ayo! And so then for the rest of the night, that DJ knew how to get us back onto the dance floor when we left. He was just like, oh, just gotta put some Pitbull back on and they'll be up here.
Yeah, they only
like to rage! Sorry. I feel like there was still like a lot more people than as opposed to like Sunday night. Because it was Friday night. Burning Man was on Friday night. So it definitely was crowded and stayed crowded like really late. So that's cool.
So the next one that we want to talk about is the Glow Foam Party. So that one was super fun.
My favorite.
I was like, that one we had last year, but this year it was like a pool party. However, like the pool party wasn't really like an aspect of it. Like they did have foam in the pool and there were some people in the pool. However,
like 10-ish people. Like,
tops.
Like really not that many people in there.
Like I thought like it was gonna be like, nope, we're in here and like, you know, this is gonna be where it is. But it makes sense because people have like not like electronics on, people have like
a lot of people wearing like the colored shoes and stuff, like you can't get that wet.
Yeah, exactly. And they have like paint on, so they don't really necessarily want to like, they just put all that hard work to put on the paint and then like just to go in the pool. And I think that's another thing that deterred like the pool party away was because like get into the pool and get out and you're like cold. Like
yeah, and it rained at least the night that we went to it and it was probably really cold in there. I mean, I guess if you're dancing and drinking.
Said it was warm.
We're drinking, so probably, but I would just be cold if I was like getting out and then getting back in because I'm cold at like 6 p.m. when I'm getting out of the pool and like the sun is going down, which is weird because it's Mexico and it's Cancun, but.
And it's hard to gauge like it sucks because I wish it didn't rain because I felt like once it rained a lot of people like left and like I felt like the party ended early. I feel like it was like 1:30. For most of the time like 2 is kind of like okay, now everyone starts to go home after because some of the bars start closing down and then it's harder to get more drinks, so then people start going home. But there are people that rage until like 4 or 6 or whatever that the one bar is actually open. However, I feel like with this one the rain kind of put a damper on the night and I feel like kind of made the crowd disappear.
Which is unfortunate because we were dancing in the rain so hard. Like we left the part of the dance floor where most people were so we could have more room to just dance by ourselves together in the rain. It just went freaking hard and everybody at the bar was watching and they were telling us we brought the energy and that's what we love to do. And honestly, it was like, that was probably my favorite theme night so far because that was just so much fun. And I loved putting on the glow paint and just like the neon and the lights and everything just looks so cool. And the show for that night, I know it wasn't one of Brittany's favorites, but I love like LED stuff and like the like sticks that you like spin and like say things on it. And they also have this giant like robot dude on stilts walking around and I'm just so mesmerized by LED lights and stuff like that that I loved it. Super cool, especially if you're into like party EDM stuff like that.
Yeah.
Really good music that night too.
Yeah, that one was really good music too. Like I think the DJ definitely, like I think Friday and Saturday, probably because they're like the most hypest, is when Temptation has like the best DJs because like I feel like I was going on the dance floor the entire night. I would step off and then he would play another good song and be like, Lindsay, we gotta go back on.
We were standing in line at the bar trying to get a drink and then like we would stand there and then they'd play another good song and then we'd go and dance, we'd lose our spot, we'd go back, try and get another drink and we just lose our spot again and I'm like, Jesus.
And I loved the change of scenery because it's not up top where it normally is where you have like the stage and you know you kind of near the lobby. This one was all downstairs by the pool, kind of like where you hang out in the pool area, and I kind of liked that as well because like then you could just like dance and not have to be like looked at or whatever. You can just kind of like, oh, I'm dancing, I'm doing my thing.
And falling off the stairs on the stage too because that had happened when we were there and I'm like, please be careful.
Yeah, and so yeah, and the only problem is I think it was like really dark, so I couldn't tell who anybody was. I just saw glowing like.
Yeah, you have to memorize the glow paint that they put on themselves to know who the people were there. Okay. And then last night was Aloha Temptation night, and like Brittany's costume for that one went so hard. She like if there was a competition for best dressed, she would have won it. She looks freaking amazing. How many compliments did you get, Brittany?
I got a lot of compliments. A lot of people saying I look like Moana, and a lot of people saying I look like Lilo from Lilo and Stitch. Yeah. So like I really enjoyed it just for like this is my hubris in me, or hubris the right word?
I've never even heard that word, so maybe.
I think hubris is the right word. But this is my narcissistic side in me where people were complimenting me and my dance moves, and like I was like, yeah. So like I feel like that made it my night a little bit more enjoyable, but overall like the party was not on par.
as the rest of the night.
Yeah, like a lot of people weren't there. I don't know if maybe some people were leaving because they got to go back home or like what, but like or they haven't even arrived yet. Who knows? But there wasn't that many people there, and first of all, they didn't even play Hawaiian music. Like, sorry, that's my first.
The entire show, Brittany's just like, this isn't Hawaiian. Where's the Hawaiian music? This is Egyptian.
The camera died.
It always does that. We talk a lot. Yeah, they definitely, there was a lot more people dressed up. I'd say this Aloha Night and the Glow Night had the most people dressed up, probably because it was like the easiest to dress up for.
Yeah.
Like most people have some Hawaiian shirt or something with flowers or a Hawaiian dress, or people were just wearing leis, or you could take the extra step further and wear like a coconut bra or like a grass skirt. And I feel like a lot of people just were like really into it. I mean, we're in Cancun, so it's like perfect tropical weather.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of girls like got like I did. I got like a $10 Amazon like grass skirt or whatever,
Perfect.
and it came with like leis and everything like that. I feel like a lot of women did that and like did a bikini top. I did a tank top. So you know, it kind of fits. It's really easy, and and if you plan ahead for all these theme nights, you can just like. It's something easy to do.
Also, talking about things to buy on Amazon, we bought like these little things of glow paint for like, I think it was like 10, 15 bucks, and they're all under 3 ounces, so you could take them on the plane with you and just bring it beforehand, and a little bit goes a long way, and you just like paint all over yourself, and it just lights up in the lights, and you're good to go, and you don't have to spend a bunch of money on like LED shoes and stuff if you don't have the money to do that. I feel like the
on the dance floor.
Oh, we're gonna go party after this, aren't we?
Yeah.
I also feel like for Aloha Night that party died faster than most nights. Like I guess maybe people are just exhausted at this point. You are ruining my audio. Can the fire burn a little bit later, my guys?
How is it burning with this rain?
I know, it's just raining so hard today. And one other question that I got asked on my videos was like, what is like really like the vibe of the theme nights? Are more people sitting or dancing? And to answer that, I would say when there's the show in the beginning, probably like the first hour to hour and a half, more people are sitting and chilling. They're getting some food to start the night off with. They're getting their first drinks for the night, getting a little tipsy, watching the show, and then when probably around like 11:30 hits, like more people are like, okay, I'm ready to go dance and get up on the dance floor, and then like people go hard the whole night. But honestly, I feel like throughout the night, it's a quite even mix. Like there's usually always people at tables and sitting by the bars, but there's always like basically a full stage, unless like there's not like a good song or something, or it starts to rain, or
I will say once the playmakers like leave, because like so basically how like the progression of the night goes, like Lindsay says, like the first hour is like the show, so everyone's sitting getting drinks, you know, getting ready to dance. Then they'll invite people on the stage, and you know, everyone's always timid at first, but like the playmakers go on there and they're kind of like, hey, let's have a good time, let's dance, and they pull people on, and then it's like a full stage. And whenever the playmakers are there, I feel like the stage is like full most of the time, and then they probably leave around like 12 or 1 or something like that, and then after that the dance floor does kind of like die down, like it progressively dies down as more people leave to go back to their hotel rooms and stuff like that. But you know, it's still like there's still people on there constantly. I feel like I've never looked up there and been like, there's no one on there.
Exactly. Unless it's raining, and then you know, they kind of kick you off because it gets very wet and they don't want people in their big heels on this like slick stage. So but I was able to wear my spiky shoes and dance on that stage, so it's not that slick, so you'll be good.
It is a little slick. Remember last year when I just like,
did you fall?
Yeah, remember last year?
I know, I was drunk. Yeah, it can be a little bit slippery, but I was still able to dance on there in my big shoes. So it's just kind of like, be careful and make sure that nobody spilled the drink and that the floor is not wet, and you should be fine.
Yeah.
So let me give y'all 2 instances on how I know manifestation is real. I came back to the room to take my shoes off, by the way, not done partying. I also manifested an entire playlist full of Pitbull tonight so I could rage hard on the stage with Brittany, and it's been so amazing, but I have to change shoes because these things are killer.
But tonight we have one more party, which is
Animal Night.
Oh my god, like that's so crazy. You're already ready. Like,
yes.
Even though, do you have another costume for tonight?
Not really, no.
No?
But
Are you
I'm not
gonna
gonna.
this?
I wish.
I mean, you can do whatever you want here, 'cause it's temptation. But we are going to talk about that probably when we are either really drunk tonight and get back if we remember, or when we wake up tomorrow before we check out, because it is our last night here. Okay, so here's the funny thing. I didn't film anything the next day with Brittany or the day after that. I never talked about it at night. It's been a month. I'm currently working at a summer camp. I'm hiding in my car so I can finish this video. I'm sorry. I'm not the best, but this is how the night went. So it was animal night. Fun time. So I would say as far as dressing up goes, a lot of people did wear animal print or animal type clothing, but they didn't really like go all out in costume. Like, so what I did was like, I just wore kind of like animal colored things, but I didn't like wear ears or do makeup. Brittany went more out than I did, and she had a whole face of makeup on, but the thing is, it's really hard to wear so much makeup because you're constantly sweating it off, and that was a problem that she had that night too. It was still a lot of fun. Honestly, the music that night was amazing. Like, I danced for hours. Me and one of my new friends went up to the DJ and was like, hey, can you play Kesha? Didn't understand what we said, but let us type it in on his Spotify, and we got to play Kesha, and we just like, it was a rage all night. It was so much fun. And honestly, like, I feel like people stayed late, really late for a Monday. Like, usually I would expect that from like a Friday night or Saturday night, not so much for like a weekday night, but people were there until like they turned the music off. So that was really exciting because it was a lot different the next night, which is another funny story on its own, because yes, I know we said Animal Night was last night, but we did wind up booking another night. And we will talk about that in our craziest stories vlog, as that is just a whole story on its own. So we stayed for Tuesday night, which was lingerie masquerade. And though you would assume a lot of people would be wearing masquerade masks, they really weren't. It was more so of just people dressing up in lingerie. So a lot of people did dress up because obviously they had that at Temptation, but wearing masks in that heat, not really fun. So a lot of people did not wear them. I maybe saw like 2 or 3 the entire night. And the music that night was not it. There wasn't a lot of people there to begin with already, but I feel like if there was, like, the music might have scared some people away. Because, like, just as an example, here's a funny story of something that happened that night. I was up on stage dancing. There was a good song playing. It was like, I'm pretty sure it was Hot by Daddy Yankee. So we're like raging. And then like this couple came up on stage, throuple. It was like a woman and she had 2 men on leashes and they were like crawling on stage. And I was like, wow, what a vibe. Like, it was just fun to like watch. And like, she was dancing and like, I don't know, she had like this whole thing. She wasn't like a performer. They were just guests there, but like they had their whole thing going on. It was awesome. And then the DJ switched to Grease Lightning, from Daddy Yankee to Grease Lightning. And the people that were doing their thing on stage with the leashes were kind of just like, this is not the vibe. We can't really dance to this. This is not fitting the theme. So I feel like the DJ probably should have looked on stage, saw that, and maybe not put on Grease Lightning, unless he wanted to get them off the stage, which why would he? Because it's Temptations. This is something that you do there. But honestly, yeah, the lingerie masquerade night was probably the most underwhelming one of them all, unfortunately. I don't really remember too much about the night. I know I left early, and then when I came back from the beach around like 1 a.m., like it was basically completely empty, which was really surprising to me. That Monday had people stay completely late, but not Tuesday. So just keep that in mind if you are trying to plan out your weeks, because if you get there on a Tuesday and you're just like, oh my god, like this is very underwhelming, you know, don't think that that's what the rest of the week is going to be like, because it's definitely not. I also wanted to say about the theme nights, you're allowed to film the shows. We never did because we never had pockets to keep our phones in, and it just wasn't like a main concern for us. But you are allowed to film the theme night shows. You're not allowed to film after the show. They very much tell you not to, but you are allowed to film the performances. So if that's something you want to do, go for it. Oh yeah, by the way, it's been a month, so I've basically recovered from laryngitis, but here's back to laryngitis, Lindsay. If you have any more questions about the theme night, something that maybe we didn't answer, we tried to cover it all in all the questions that we got, but if I missed something, please leave me a comment down below and I will answer to the best of my ability.
All right, well, thank you guys, and we hope to see you on our next video.
We will. See you then.